Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, welcome to tonight's call, guys. Get right in and get to it. We've been going over some stuff here, Rose and I, and talking about leveraging apps. And a lot of people have heard about leveraging apps, but how many of you have literally ever done it? You can, if you don't have your picture up, that's cool. Just maybe put a hand up. How do you put that little reaction? How many people have ever leveraged apps? No? Oh, Sam, okay. Well, we're going to cover that. We're going to cover that. I'm just trying to get an idea because, like I say, a lot of people have heard this, but no one has ever done it or seen the results of it. So, my beautiful bride's here, waiting to slap me if I go sideways. No, but and show you what it can do. So it's just like one of those things. Getting an app is like getting shot with a BB gun. Leveraging apps is like throwing a grenade in the middle of everybody. Okay, that's what kind of an impact it is. So here's the important thing. Does everybody on here have a list, notebook, whatever, anything of all your no's? No, of all your no's. Who said no to you last month? Sam, you got a list? All your no's? Good. You're going to need it. I'm going to show you why. There you go. There you go. All your no's. Why would we keep a list of everybody who said no to us? They said no. No. See, the problem is most of us think, because not most of us, I used to think when they said no, that meant no forever. But I learned a lesson. I had a young man, I always showed him it like, no, it wasn't the right time. Him and the wife, busy, problems, everything else. A year and a half later, he says, hey, Chris, and that leg that we were going to use him in had kind of blown up. So he says, and I never kept a list of no's. But he goes, and this is where I learned my lesson. He goes, how's the business going? It's been a year and a half. I'm like, man, Nick, honestly, if you would have got started when we did that organization where it is today, you'd be almost regional director. Actually, back then it was team coordinator. He's like, man, I knew I should have got started back then. I says, hey, don't worry about it. Let's go meet up, because we met this little Asian restaurant in Hanford that got some pretty good food. Let's just go have some more food, and we'll talk. And both him and his wife got started. Year and a half later, but I didn't keep a list of my why or my no's. Okay, so the other thing that's important here, what we're going to talk about in leveraging apps, is staying in phase one. Everybody understand that? Going out, getting names and numbers. That's phase one. You're talking to somebody and seeing if they're interested in business. Okay, and there's going to be a reason why. So what you're starting to do now is you're starting to develop a funnel. Everybody knows what a funnel is? Big top, small bottom, everything goes in and funnels down and kicks out. Because what you want kicking out of the bottom is IBOs and customers, right? Anybody disagree with that? That's what's going to pay you. IBOs, customers. IBOs, customers. But you got to fill the funnel. That's why staying in phase one is going to be important here. So now here's what it is. Here's what's interesting. The list of no's that Sam's got, Sam held it up and showed everybody. That list of no's is who you call before you get a new person into the business. Does that make sense? So Sam goes to the mall. He talks to Cecilia at the dress shop. And Sam's like, hey, we doing business, man. You want in or out? We growing and going. She's like, man, I like this. I want in. Set it up for, okay, what time you get off? Oh, I'm off at 5:30. Okay, 6 o'clock, we're going to meet at Starbucks at the end of the mall, and we'll get you all set up. In fact, I'm going to have my mentors probably going to be calling. And one of my business partners who's extremely successful, okay, is going to be calling. And we're going to be doing some talking and growing, and I'm going to show you everything right there. Okay. So now, you know, they're coming in at 6 o'clock when you meet. Okay. So the thing is, all those people on Sam's list. This is what Sam's going to do. He's going to call every single one of them. Yo, Freddie, man, you said you like the business. I got your first business partner. You in or out? Timing still might not be right for Freddie. That's okay. Your list goes beyond Freddie. Miss Sensational, man, I'm telling you, I got your first business partner. You in or out? We growing and going like I told you. Okay? Cecilia's going to get started at 6. So out of your application, no matter how many people said they would get started with you, that person who's coming in 6 is going to be the last person who gets the business partner. Does that make sense? Okay? So here's what makes that nice. Now, if you're in phase 1, you're calling people the list of no's. See, here's where it starts to kick in, that list of no's, because you're in phase 1. So every week, right? Every week, you're calling your list of no's at least once. You think that's going to be more productive to call them every week or every 6 months? You only get a business partner every 6 months. You call, hi, sensational. I know it's been since June since I talked to you. Hey, I got your first IBO. What if you call them a sensational every week? What are those people going to be saying? Another business partner? Next week, another bit. Are you kidding me? That's going to inspire them and motivate them to go out there. And I got to do something to get this money. I'm going to go collect cans. I'm going to go slap my mama. I'm getting that money. But you're going to put, how many times does a business partner got to be offered up to them before they just slap themselves and say, okay, look, this is stupid. I'm getting started. So it's important. That's why that phase 1 is so important. And like I say, you say in that phase 1, you got business partners every week, every 2 weeks. It's really going to show what you're doing in your business. Now, Rose and I, by doing this, well, let me ask the question first. You guys could put it in the chat box. You could hold your fingers up, whatever you guys feel. How many, because Rose and I have leveraged apps before. Well, we need to do it more, but we've done it before. What's the most out of one person that says, I'm getting started tomorrow at 5 when I get off work? What's the most business partners you think Rose and I got out of one application? Any ideas, anybody? 4, Miss Luann, 5, Marvin, Fred, 5, Daniel. You guys is close. 8. Most we got out of one person getting started. Now, here's the thing. They all go in one line. Okay? You got that? They all go in one line. That way, everybody gets a business partner. Does that make sense? That's huge. Okay? So, now here's a question. Now, another question. Do you guys know where the RVPs live? The up and coming RVPs who are going to join your business? Do you know where they live in your organization? Anybody? Level 4? Level 7? Okay, Sherry. Oh, say. Actually, you're right, Sherry. They live in between levels 4 and 8. That's where you're going to find your RVPs. Now, here's the kicker, though. Rose and I, we have a legs beyond 30 levels. Okay? But we don't have an RVP in that leg. Anybody want to take a guess why? Because when you do this and you leverage apps, this system needs to work in 15 days. It's got to be fast. Slow don't get you anything. The fast is what gets you. 15 days. So you're growing and going. Now, some people are like, oh my gosh, I can't launch that many people separately. No. Put them in groups. You got Mr. Thomas, Sam Foster, Marvin. There's a lot of people on. Miss Natasha, she's done it before. Natalie, a lot of people on here that I know personally that have done that. If you guys know, like, hey, I got 3 different IBOs I've got to launch tomorrow. What do I do? Can they all meet at 4:30? I don't know. Let me check. Sure enough, yeah, they can. Do them all at 4:30. Meet at Starbucks if you can. Zoom. Start doing groups if you have to. Okay? Start doing groups. So, and here's the thing is you need to be going or you're going fast like that. And you want to create, now this is massive momentum, guys. You understand this? You get 8 apps. You just jump from 0 to freaking Mach 2. Now I got a audio to play you. That guy went way bigger. Okay, and you're going to understand why. So by putting it, and I understand some people have taught about put everybody directly underneath you and going wide. And if that works better for you, go. But this and leveraging going boom, 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 one underneath the other till that person who said they were going to join joins and everybody's got a business partner. Okay. That creates momentum. That creates a shot. That's what slings you out of the slingshot at Mach 6. Hair's on fire. He's looking like Marv and Sam. The bear. So that's what gets you going right there. I can shoot you fast. So I just want you to know, because I know some people have taught that, and that you can do that. You can totally do that if that works better for you. But this is leveraging apps and creating stupid, crazy momentum. Okay. Now, let me do this here so everybody can hear me okay. Let me find my, okay. So I'm gonna leave it like this. So I'm gonna ask you guys if you can hear this, so bear with me. I can see your face here, Sam, so I'll ask. I'm gonna play this audio and it's about 10 minutes, 50 seconds. But please pay attention to it because this guy did what I'm talking about, but on a bigger scale. Here's what's crazy, guys. This audio was 2018? Was 2018. That's how long this has been going on. Why aren't we capitalizing more on it? And I'm telling you what, here's what's crazy. They've been doing it before that, but what's worked then is still working today. Has nothing to do with Zoom or meeting in person. This is people getting started and creating leverage. Okay, so 2018, here we go.
40 QTTs for the month.
Can you hear that, Sam?
To generate a $7,000 maximum bonus. So I remember it was the end of the month, and we were still about 11 more IPOs away to hit our 40-person target for the month, so we can max out the $7,000 ETF bonus. And I remember calling Mr. Adler about coaching us on how we could jump our numbers faster so we can hit our target and max out the bonus. And I remember Mr. Adlam responding to my question by asking me a question. And this is what he said. How many people said no to you in the last month? Let me repeat that. He said, how many people said no to you in the last month? And so you have to ask yourself the same question. Because if your question is 0, most likely because you did 0 work. And so this is what I said to Mr. Adlam. I said, no, sir, no to the business or no as a customer. And he said, no to the business. And so I told him that I had 19 personal exposures for the month, and each and every single one of them said no to the business. And so it was kind of frustrating, but I knew that it was inevitable to get a no anyway. And I was okay with that. I was actually excited about that because I know that for every no that I get, there's going to be a big yes coming. So the more no's that I get, the bigger the yes is going to be. And this is what he said. Perfect. That's your new list. Before you put your next personal recruit in, call me and I will coach you on what you need to do. And so now I got really, really intrigued and I got really curious. And because of my desire to find out what to do with the 19 people who said no to me, you know how crazy it is. Sometimes you just want to say hi to people with one finger. for some of you, you're gonna get that maybe a little bit later. But I made it to a point that time of the month, I've already had 19 people saying no to me. And then I needed to find one new personal recruit right away because I needed to know how to get back to these 19 people. And by the way, guys, this is before personal development kicked in, okay? And so lo and behold, right after that PBR, right after that conversation with Mr. Adlam, I had one landlord who decided to sign up as an IBM. And so I called Mr. Adlam right away, and he said, leverage the app. And so let me share with you how we were able to turn one app into 17 apps in under 4 hours. And so for my first prospect, his name was actually John, and he's Johnny, he's my coworker. And so I called John and I said, hey, John, thanks for getting back to me, bro. Listen, this cannot wait until I see you at work tomorrow. We've known each other for about 8 months now. I know that you trust me, but I need to know if I can trust you. Can I trust you? And then John goes, yeah, of course. I mean, I trust you. Well, why? What's going on? And I said, well, listen, I already showed you ATM, and you know that there are two sides to the business. The first side allows me to get customers and get paid on their bills. The second side of the business allows me to build a team of people so I can get paid on their customers. You remember that, right? And John goes, yeah, I do. Why? And I said, well, I just spoke to a landlord at work, and I didn't know what I didn't know, but the impossible just happened. John, you have no idea what just happened. And John goes, what? What do you mean? Did you become your customer? And I said, even better, John, Mr. Landlord decided to become part of my team, which is why I'm calling you. I just found out that he has over 55 properties, John, in California alone. John, this is huge. You got to trust me. You got to get in before I put him in. I don't have to personally sponsor him into the business because my team is already positioned at the moment. But if you're in, I'll have you sponsor him in. And John goes, what? Why would you do that? And I go, well, just like what I told you from the beginning of this conversation, because I trust you, but I need to know if I can trust you. Now, pause. What do you think is John thinking at this very moment? Like, who in their right state of mind would have, I mean, if you have an IQ and an EQ level of anything but 0, you would be crazy. You would be crazy not to say yes. Wouldn't you agree? So let me go back to the conversation. And so John goes, yeah, you can trust me. What do you want me to do? And so I said, well, I need you to do 3 things for me. I need you to be at this invite-only event that we're having this Saturday. I need you to come so you can meet Mr. Landlord. Can you do that for me? And John goes, sure, I can do that. What else do you need? I said, well, I need you to be coachable in the next week. I need you to fully trust me and just allow me to think for you in the next 30 days because I need to make sure that you're in position to make money in the business. Can you do that for me? And John goes, done. I can do that for you. What's the third thing? And I said, well, give me your credit card information now so I can get you in today before I put him in. And then the big question. And so John goes, but I don't have the money to get started. you know, we don't get paid until next week. And so I said, well, let me ask you a question. What's the reason why you're doing ACN? It's not just about the money, is it? And John goes, of course not. I want to do this because it can help me retire my wife. And it can also help me retire earlier and we can finally just relax and travel. And so I said, well, I don't know how this landlord is going to perform, John, but we both know that he has multiple properties. And I don't know how you can play the game if you're not in the game. And this is exactly the reason why you need to get started in the business, John, because we don't have to have this kind of conversation about money anymore. You've missed out on a lot and a handful of opportunities already in your life. Not this one, John, not anymore. Just use your credit card and pay it off next week. You've got to do this business. And John goes, all right, let's do this. And I said, John, how much is the maximum your credit card can clear? Is there enough to cover for you and your wife? And John goes, yeah, but why do I have to put it in? I said, I'll explain the details to you when I see you at work tomorrow. But for now, I need you and your wife to be at the top of this landlord so both you and your wife can override his production. Does that make sense? And John goes, got it. Here's my credit card information. Now, pause. I was blown away. I was like, what just happened? I couldn't believe that leverage conversation actually worked. And so moving forward, I now have 3 apps on hand, but I didn't get excited on just having 3 apps on hand. I got excited because now I know that it works. And second, I realized that within a 7-minute conversation, my organization grew 3 more levels deep. Yeah, 3 more levels deep. And so because of that, it was a breakthrough moment for me. And now I still get to leverage on 3 apps. I wasn't done yet. And now I can make a call to the next person and have a conversation about having them sponsor in 3 people instead of 1 under their team instantaneously. And so for the next conversation, it wasn't as difficult anymore as the first conversation because I already have 3 apps to leverage in. And all I had to do was say the same thing. All I had to say was, hey, James, listen, I have a friend. His name is John. I just got off the phone with him. I just found out that he is finally getting started in ATM. because we were able to recruit a landlord who's getting started in the business today. Because of this, John petitioned him and his wife, so both him and his wife can override the production of this landlord. I'm calling you, Jane, because I don't have to directly sponsor John and his wife into the business. Would you like me to have you sponsor them in, or would you like me to call somebody else? And so now you've got 3 apps, and then 4, and then 5, and then however number of leverage apps you can get your hands on. And so the magic of the conversation here really is on phase 1. So you can leverage. You cannot implement leveraging on apps if you don't have anyone getting into the business that you can leverage on. Does that make sense, everybody? You see, it's a very simple conversation. It's all just about going back to your list. And so every time you're doing your PBRs, every time you're doing your personal meetings at the coffee shop, every time someone says no to you, you should be excited. Because those are the people that you're going to be going back to. Those are the people that you can leverage apps on. Just imagine if you can have leverage apps. Let's say you have 5 apps in a day, 10 apps in a day, coming from one leverage app. And if you just manage to really sit down, buckle down, and qualify those people, help them get the bonus for this month. Every person gets in with a 10, 10, and 10. Just imagine, to become an RVP, you need to have 4 teams. 4 teams. And you need to have 4 teams of TC. And all you have to do, really, to become a TC is have 4 teams of 9 ETPs per team. Yeah, you got that. That's 4 teams of 9 ETPs each. Help every ETP get the 10, 10, 10 bonus. That gives you all the points that you need for that specific team, plus your 60 personal points minimum. Now you have 600 points. That's it. That's how you get your TC. That's how you need to understand how to leverage the app, because one app could lead to 5, to 10, to 15, to however number of apps, because every person that gets started that day will now do their own PBR. They will now leverage in their family members. And so one person can now lead to 3 automatically. And guys, I need you to understand, all this is possible if you attend training. So you have to be able to attend your trainings on Saturdays. You have to be able to talk to your mentor all the time. You have to be able to talk to your upline executive team leaders, executive team trainers, anyone in the business. You can always talk to them about how you can leverage an app, because this is a very...
19 people, 17 apps. That could have happened to any one of us. You imagine the PBRs after that? You're like, help! So did you hear what he was talking about, the 10, 10, 10? It's pretty simple to get 10 points. I mean, for those who might not have 10 points on here, trust me, once you get there, you'll see the simplicity of it. Just be patient and stay focused, and you'll be fine. But get to those 10. Because if you can get to 10, you can teach somebody else how to get to 10. So if you got 10 and you get 2 IBOs that get 10 each, what does that make you? Makes you an ETL. Guess what you just got, or that ETL just got? Let me know how much money that is right now if you do that in your first 30 days. Oh, all right, hold on. Let me share my screen because I have got PowerPoint for you. All right. Okay, guys, this is the part. This is the simplicity of it. This is leveraging apps. So, but that guy got 17 apps. If everybody got 10 points and that one leg, how many total points does he have? 170 points. How many points you need a leg to get it closed out? 200. So keep your book of no's. Then when you get another no, keep that too. And then you get another no, keep that too. But keep them. Sam, you're already on the path, dude. You're already on the path. So all it takes is one yes to create massive momentum. Okay, look at that. That's what we're talking about right there. Massive momentum. This is your organization after this training tonight. Okay, so let me go back here, guys. Honestly, I'm going to show you some stuff here right now, because I think as humans we complicate getting the team coordinator. I'm sorry, regional director. We complicate it. We really do, because it seems so far away. RVP, 3,000 points. Well, guys, you got to walk, you got to walk before you can run. So focus on where you're at and just staying busy. But let me show you the simplicity of it all. So to get RD, you need 600 team points, right? So if you have 100 points, you're not maximizing at 20% yet, so you're still cutting yourself short. But each one of these, you see each one of these, this is an ETL, 10, 10, and 10. That's it. That leg. 10, 10, and 10 for your second leg. 10, 10, and 10 for your first. That's your first 3 ETLs. Now, for each leg, you have to do this 6 more times. Honestly, how long, if you got busy, how long would it take you to help create 6 ETLs? With leveraging apps. You see, that one line that guy had went way past 6 levels, didn't it? But this is just to get to 600 points. Okay, do that with your second leg. So here's what's crazy. You're showing simplicity. You're creating duplicatability and duplication in yourself. And now people are going to start helping you. And things are going to create and fall and keep going. Now, is there a simpler way than doing it this way right here? Yeah, there is. You want to see it? Get to 200 points. When you get to 200 points, all you need is 5 ETLs in each line. Now you're maximizing at 20% for all your customers. 5 ETLs. Now, here, get this, guys. Do you realize for each ETL you make and your team helps make in 30 days, their first 30 days is with the bonus on the table right now, $725. They made $725. They made $7. Now you're going to help each one of these guys make $725. You ever get anybody who doesn't want $725? Send them my way. But this is the simplicity of it. Just create ETLs. Okay. So can you see RD now? Can you see the simplicity? Just create ETLs. If you guys want to take a picture of this, take a picture of it. But this is all you got to do. All the new people on here, just help create ETLs. Leveraging, I'm telling you guys, it'll get here faster than you thought. And I don't know if I have a gentleman who's on the team. I think he's on here tonight. But here's what's interesting. Little momentum, boom, people getting people. Guess what happened? He's like, dang, I better get my points. I'm getting close to RD. Yeah, you are. It caught him without him even thinking about it. He just got busy. So if it's about your team and it's about helping others, create ETLs. Don't worry about RD, guys, because it's coming automatically. But that's the simplicity of our business, guys. It's simple. It's like paper and typing. That's it. Go out this week. Let's create that funnel. Let's start creating ETLs. There's help here for days. And get that book and nose start going. Sam's already on it. Who else has started a book and nose now? Who else has already started writing down their nose since they've been on this call? Sherry, all right. All right, that's awesome. Daniel, awesome, guys. So let's just create that book of nose, guys, nose, and keep going, man. It's that simple. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You guys have a blessed night.